Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to One the Pacific Admirals Edition, as we continue. So I'll just get my microphone set up here, and pretty much ready to go. That's awesome. Right, so we'll get our tracker up over here. I'm going to read the new turn. I've saved it here, so, right, so we already have it loaded, that's fine. I was wondering if it would have changed with the adjustments, but no, that's fine. Okay. So something I wanted to take a look at before we started was the Japanese ability for naval landings, amphibious landings, that would be the word I'm looking for. So we're going to go to the Imperial Japanese Navy. We're going to look for, I believe it's the AP. Is it the AP? 1 second, I'm going to bring up a... Oh, this has been very, very helpful as well. I found this in the forum. I'll leave a link to it as well if I can find the actual link, but basically gives us some very useful information, which is awesome. Also, where am I looking? Right, yeah, the LB, we don't have any landing barges as of this moment. The APA, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for things like APAs. And, sup, my dude, how you doing there, Daniel? Let's see. APD. Is this what I'm looking for? No. Okay, we might have LST, okay. Right, what we'll do then is, I don't know what the designation is for the Japanese variants. But if we go over here, we can take a look at our landing ships. So we only have the 1B Shinshu Maru, which is a phenomenally valuable ship to me now. Like, absolutely. Has anyone ever won as Japan in this game? You know what, I don't actually know about that. I've never actually checked. So yes, the Shinshu Maru is a very valuable ship to us. We only have one of these babies. But if you look at that troop capacity, that is phenomenal. If we compare that to something like, let's see, a destroyer transport. We have a few of these, a couple of them, but if you take a look at their troop capacity, it's 250. So you need a good number of these babies. But I would like to make use of these destroyer transports because they're obviously armed. They have capabilities to transport, so they could be very handy for risky deliveries, I suppose you could put it that way. We also do need to make use of the escort class, which is, let's see, not landing craft, light ships, no. Ah, there we go, small warships. So we have escorts, we have obviously the patrol craft, we have patrol boats, we have submarine chasers. Let's go down a little bit further. Yeah, submarine chasers. And then we have motor torpedo boats and motor gunboats. We're going to have to make use of these babies. Obviously their range is significantly lower than anything else, but very, very quick. Very, very quick. Okay. Anything is possible, enough time and a quick save. Indeed. Alrighty then. So what I've also done is I've gone over here to Kitabutai and I've actually edited the altitudes we're going to attack with. Basically, below 10,000 feet, more or less, dive bombers will perform what's known as a gliding attack, which is not what we want. I believe they need to be about 10,000, give or take a couple thousand feet, for them to perform an actual dive attack, which is going to be more effective. So I've set them to about 13,000 feet, and I've also set the Kate to 30,000 feet. These babies will just go down to their attack range anyway. It's more so to avoid AA fire. I've also changed the altitude of the Zeros to 20,000 feet. Basically keep them somewhat close. I'm not entirely sold on the 20,000. I might go for the 25,000. We'll see how it performs in the upcoming strike. I just want to see what the effectiveness is like. I want to keep them somewhat close to the actual fighters, sorry, to the actual bombers. But I'm not sold on this as of yet. I've also increased the carrier, well, combat air patrol level. Send out more of them, so hopefully we should be okay. Super Lorenzo, how you doing, my dude? And hello there, Jack. Right, okay, so we've got all this sorted over here. I am going to be considering whether to move Kitabutai further, so if we move, we can move a couple hexes. I think I might move in this direction here, or I could move in this direction here. The reasoning I'm thinking moving in these directions instead of the actual direction we should be going, which is back to Japan. But then again, we wouldn't be doing a second strike if we were going to go that way. The reason for that is a higher chance of actually finding the American carriers, perhaps. So we will take a risk and we will travel in this direction here. Basically make a straight line. There shouldn't be any issues from the island over here. We're not entering into it, so we shouldn't have to worry about mines in that case. Should be okay. There's not really a clear way through. I mean, we could go around, but I'd rather not. I think going straight by should be okay. So we'll travel a couple hexes, and ideally we might even be able to pick up on the American carriers perhaps. So we'll see. Our planes are going to be set to... Actually, no, that's a good point. We're actually set to... port attack, aren't we? So scrap that one, scrap that. What we'll do then is perhaps move in this fashion. Or do we move this way? Okay, it's a difficult choice actually now I'm thinking about it. I don't want us to get into a position where... Well, actually, we need to figure out if the American carriers are even nearby, to be fair. The task force is not geared for attacking carriers, it's geared towards attacking the port at the moment. So we'll bear that in mind and not make any changes, really. We might just make them move a little bit further this way, perhaps. Just slightly... Yeah, we'll move this way slightly. Okay. Slight change there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Marshall Islands. So we have issued orders to the submarines. Most of the submarines have orders. At least we've given orders to the submarines. We've given orders to all these forces over this way. We do have the armed merchant ships over this way. We do have a submarine over that way, which is going to head over to Sydney. We just need to issue orders around the Marshall Islands, issue orders around Truk and the other islands around here. And then it's just going to be a case of issuing orders in the homelands. And then we can take a look at the war in China. Also the war over here, which is going to be fairly quick, to be fair. It's not going to take us too long. Now, if we take a look at the Marshall Islands, we do have a fairly good, strong position over here. It's very, very valuable, these island chains. So we do want to keep hold of them, because they're fantastic. They really do extend our reach out here considerably. So taking a look at what we actually have available is we have a couple... these are obviously for training missions. They're basically training these guys. Am I getting this right? $95 for this game. It is quite an expensive game, but then again, you have to bear in mind the amount of research that's gone into this game and the amount of effort is truly unique in scale. There's legitimately nothing else like this. Right, I'm considering dividing this group over here, which I'm going to do. The reason for that is so I can actually transfer them. Okay, I thought it would do free, but that's fine. Not too nipped about that. Basically, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to transfer them to another base nearby. Okay, I'm going to transfer them to another airfield. Mostly to spread them out, just so we don't have to worry too much if a American carrier comes around here and actually attacks the airfield. Also, just to sort of spread our reach a little bit further. So what do we have over here? A few of those. We'll put them on the base over here. There we go. So they're on naval search. Hell of a range. Hell of a range. Then we'll take some more of those. Select on map. Now I could have them transferred over to here, to be fair. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to pick up on a lot of movement around the Bismarck Sea, basically. We do have a few... We also do have some float planes in the local area to patrol here. But I think I will move these planes out to here as well. The reason is to just really... just increase our coverage. It's like if we go to the tracker and if we go to the actual map, hopefully it doesn't actually crash on me. That'd be nice. Right, search arcs. Okay. So obviously do take this with a pinch of salt, as things will be different as of this moment in time, as we've obviously made the few changes here. But this gives us a general idea of how our search arcs are looking. Obviously this is to do with just planes and in general ships, that sort of thing. Basically where we are looking around in the local area. The Japanese would love to have this one instead. Well, yeah, can you imagine if they had a planner? Okay, so let's see. 25%. You can see obviously there's a heavy presence over here. We do have the ships over this way, which are performing some reconnaissance, which is pretty decent. We obviously do have that submarine out that way. So what I'm trying to do here, as you can see these large radius circles, these are from the actual reconnaissance planes. So what I'm trying to do is spread it out a little bit. It's not going to be the heaviest amount of surge capacity, but if we can sort of overlap it to a greater degree, it's like you can see really how the Japanese defense, well, search network works, basically. We have obviously heavy coverage around these islands here, which is why I'm going to build up certain islands to act as like unsinkable aircraft carriers. Basically have them like Iwo Jima. I think this is Iwo Jima over this way, or it might be Iwo Jima this way here. But let's take a look. So 5%. Actually, if we just go to the main map, that would be a bit easy, wasn't it? Wouldn't it? Okay, so we have the Marianas. Right, okay, the Bonin Island. So we do have Iwo Jima over here. So if we go back to the map. Right, here we go. So you can see that Iwo Jima is really at the heart of this network. So to say. Not as in... well, not in terms of like actual presence, but just position of where it is. It actually does cover the approach to the Philippine Sea, to the Sea of Japan, to the East China Sea, basically quite nicely. Yeah, obviously I can't cover this area up here, but I'll do my best to try and do that. But the idea here is I'm trying to get across is it's got a nice wide arc to cover. If we could have like search planes at this area here, have like basically patrol missions from the area, we should be able to catch things, ideally. Okay. How many submarines don't have the idea yet? Locations, search arcs, ship movements. So what we could do here is take a look at the cargo. I don't know if it'll show anything yet because it hasn't moved as of yet. So this is showing where the cargo is, the Hiro, Soru, Shikaku, Zuikaku, and the Kagi. Obviously that's only the few things there. Battleships, so Congo is going to be obviously over here, so that's where the Congo is. The Haruna, same. Hai is this going to be at Pearl? Yep. Pearl Harbor. Kirishima, Pearl Harbor. Nagato is actually over here at port. So it's a good way to actually find certain ships that you're looking for. It's a superb tool, this. Absolutely superb. Mutsu over here at Tokyo. Fuso. Yep. Yamashiro. Isi. Ayuga. Yeah, so we do have a bunch of battleships over at port, which we do need to make use of. But again, there's not too much I want to be using them for right at this moment in time. Basically, we do have our landings over to Malaya, which we are going to be trying to support. I could have these battleships sent out to potentially support further attacks on Malaya. But then again, I want to figure out the enemy's submarine movements to begin with. We'll go from there. But anyway, going back to what we were doing, or meant to be doing first of all, is sorting out the defense of the Marshall Islands. I do tend to rant, so yeah, just tell me, just get on with things. So we have the Claudes. These are basically fighters. Yeah, these are fighters. Carrier capable though, so that's good to note. Okay, so escort. Not much else that they can do. What is the actual plane's performance like? Now that's the group aircraft data. Okay, altitude modifier. Right. So yeah. It does have a decent maximum altitude. I think we'll go for about 15,000 just to keep it a little bit higher. Send them to the south. Yeah, it would be a good idea, really. Like around Rabaul, that sort of area. Indonesia. Though we do need to be very careful of planes, but they are superb. Superb ships. Like, if we bring it up in the ship classes. Available. Okay. So I'm looking for their AA. This should tell me the AA. Obviously I can see the weapons here. I don't think I get a measure of their AA capabilities, so we'll find them in the actual map. So we'll go and take a look at the... So we've got one over here. So Yamashiro. So Yamashiro has a value of 348 for the anti-aircraft. Obviously, bear in mind, no anti-submarine capabilities as such. It's not really designed for that. So we do very much have to protect these these big like behemoths. Hello, are you being sent out here? Have you been given orders? No, I suppose it would be just the task force in the area then. Yeah, destination Port Arthur. Okay. So back to the Marsh Islands. So let's take a look at what else we have. So we obviously still have these guys on the search patterns. Obviously, what we have here is one plane will be out searching, the other plane will be out basically resting sort of thing. Which will work fine. Only one plane will be sent out at a time. These guys are on training. Over here, we have these. Now, these are going to be the ones that are, like, they're armed with torpedoes. Let's see. Pilots. I'm going to assume this is naval torpedo bombing. The experience isn't exactly great. But we could try and train them up over time. I think we'll have them set to naval attack to begin with. Then again, it could be very dangerous as these guys are unescorted, which is quite dangerous to send them out. But we'll have them on naval attack to begin with, I guess. Then again, naval search. We'll leave them on naval search then, as obviously they will find things and they will more than likely attack anyway. Range is obviously quite large. Okay. Actually, no, we'll have them set to the naval attack just in case. I don't know how many, obviously if they're not out attacking they will be resting, that's fine. I'm half tempted to send them out for training, to be fair. And then we have some patrol aircraft. Yeah, transports, these are training. Right. These are obviously on reconnaissance. Let's see. We'll lower that rate. About 20. There we go. Well, we'll put it on naval search again, I guess. Nah. It's a little bit hard to decide, really, because I don't know what I'm going to be expecting in terms of actual numbers. So we'll see how we go on, really. Yeah, I do need to play more of this. I will try to be doing like an episode every couple days. Really, it's gonna get quicker as we go on. Really. All right, there we go. Right now, these are the float planes I was talking about. Obviously, their range is really quite low. But what I probably will do, if they're capable of going on certain ships, is just have them assigned to certain ships to just really go out there and help out. I wish I could play this game. Looks so much fun, but probably be too hard for me. Honestly, it's not too bad. It's just willingness to learn, I suppose. And if you don't mind learning through trial and error, it's not too bad. I just recommend going with a small scenario. And this is obviously the grand campaign, so it's completely different to what you can imagine normally. But it really is just worthwhile. Okay, now these are very short-ranged. That's the only issue here. Not using drop tanks. So if we use a drop tanks, we do gain that little bit extra range. You tell the Soviets, do you get something out of it? Well, you could fight with the Soviets should you abandon Manchuria, but all you get out of it really is a crushing defeat. So there's enough to be gained through that way. Okay, the G4M1s. Now these are really quite good. Alright. So the G3M2 is going to be the attack aircraft. So they're on airfield attack at the moment. I could have them potentially on ground attack to hit Wake, which might be a nice thing to do. But what we're going to do to begin with is just we're going to stick to naval search to just sort. So I'm really nervous about the possibility of American carriers. I'll send them to about. We'll go for about 13,000 feet actually. I think that's a decent one. It keeps them at a range where they're not going to be taking too much in the way of flak. At least most light flak won't be able to really hit them too much. So we'll go for about that. Okay. So, we have the plane set up in the Marshall Islands. Now, I do need to take a look at the sub-chasers. We do have a lot of ships over here. Quite a lot. We also will be taking a look at the auxiliary ships as well. So it's like we have these auxiliary destroyer tenders. Now, basically, these babies can carry a good amount of cargo. How it works, Matthew, which Grigsby game do you think is the biggest to begin with? Ooh, see, I'd say the most approachable would be War in the East. I'd say the best one for logistics as such would be probably War in the West, but I don't know, it's 50-50 between War in the West and War in the Pacific. The reason for War in the West is obviously because you can see those rail numbers, you can sort of interact with those numbers a little bit more, like you can see the logistics networks, like the rails, you can really have that logistical war. When War in the East 2 comes out, that is going to feature that logistics system, which is going to be absolutely superb. I'm going to love it. But I'd say that War in the Pacific is by far the best Grigsby game, just for scale. I'd say enjoyment is probably going to come from War in the East. It depends really what you like. I like all of them, to be fair. In different ways, so yes, anyway. Right, now, the destroyer tender here has a good cargo capacity. The reason for this is, let's see, do I have a destroyer or anything else in port? Okay, so go with the Qatari. So, these weapons here have a certain cost that needs to be met to be resupplied. Like, if we could find, it will be, let's see, probably in the tracker. So, devices, Japan, naval gun. God knows what they are. Okay, so what are we looking for? We are looking for the 14cm/53 YT. Okay. I say the 150 or the 140. I have such a bad memory at times. Alright, the 140s. 3 YTs. Yeah, which I'm going to hazard a guess and say this is this gun here. Right, so I'm not actually gaining a... I'm not finding what I actually need here. I'll have to find it in the future. But basically, there's a certain cost of supply required to rearm certain ships and certain munitions. So, yeah, that probably would have a decent chance of rearming. I don't know if it'd be able to rearm the 140cm guns. Maybe. And we'll find out in the future. But anyway, let's get on with sorting out some patrols then, shall we? So we're going to form a new task force. We're going to go ahead and go with a anti-submarine warfare combat patrol. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So take a look at speed here, endurance, that sort of thing. We'll group them by endurance, really. So we're going to go with groups of about 2. Works out quite fine. There we go, max react. We'll have that about 1. Okay, set patrol zone. So obviously once they patrol around this area, they will return once they run out of fuel. There we go, so that's one of them. There we go, we'll keep them around about the same amount of fuel. Well, endurance, I should say. Draw around here. Would also give them their attack while they react. We're going to be doing a lot of these ASW missions. Okay. Nice. Now these ones have a little bit more endurance, which is quite nice to have. We'll have them patrol around around here as well. Okay, now the ones with the higher endurance can go a little bit further afield. Now, you are pretty quick, so I'm going to have you in your own separate thing, I think. Probably would make the best use of you. We want them to be moving at decent speed. We'll find another sub-chaser in the future that does have that sort of speed. Or it could be sent elsewhere, to be fair. Right. So as you can see, their range is much larger. We'll have them patrol around this base here. There we go. Yeah, being a sub in the Pacific probably would have sucked. I think being just in the outer war itself would have sucked. It's not exactly great. Just anywhere, I guess. I suppose if you're on the Allied side, not too bad. Depends, really. Right, so we have a supposedly heavy cruiser, but I really doubt that, as it is a light cruiser. We have, yeah, the auxiliary submarine tenders. Now, these beasts over here, I do want to get out into the atolls. Basically, let's see what we have available. So, if we could capture something like Midway Island. Midway would be fantastic, but obviously that'd be heavily defended. Quite difficult to take, I'd wager. Yeah, I was going to wager it's difficult to take. But if we could take something down here, like Palmyra, Howland Island, Baker Island, or a couple islands out this way. We could use them to replenish submarines, so that's quite handy. The idea behind the submarine tenders is basically you could go into somewhere like here, for example, that has no ports, has no facilities, there's nothing there, it's just owned by us, it's just our territory. But there's nothing there to support any sort of normal rearmament or resupply. So what I could do is I could have a submarine tender sent over to here, submarines could head over here to then rearm, which would be quite nice. Make use of that. We could also do some light repairs too, which is pretty sweet, so we'll bear that in mind. What else do we actually have here? Yeah, destroy tender, yeah, which we talked about. Take Hawaii, goddamn I wish. Submarine tender, yeah. Do have a couple of patrol boats. Tankers. Yeah, mine layers. Okay, Qatari. Okay, so the Wake Invasion Force features 3 light cruisers, a couple destroyers, patrol boats. Actually, we could have the... Right, so we have the armed merchant ships that are carrying the troops, actually. What is their cargo capacity? That's actually not bad at all, you know. That's not bad. That is really not bad. What we're going to do then is we're going to set things up, because it's going to take a lot of supply. Like, how much supply are we actually carrying on board here? I think if we hover over, we can see. So we could see that we have 5,079 supply. How much supply do we have on the island here? We have not particularly too much right now. Let's see. So these troops, how much will they actually use? Okay. So they're going to use about 45 supplies per day. Okay, that's more. So we're looking at about 146 supplies per day. That's going to be something to note. So we're carrying around about, what was it, 5,000 supply? Yeah, okay. So 5,079 divided by, what did I say, 146. So we have about 34, nearly 35 days worth of supply there. So that's alright. What we'll do then is we could get some more supply sent out in the future. Maybe another 1,000 or something would extend that a little bit further. If we had another 1,000 on at a later date, how much would that extend our lifetime? So if we added another 1,000... Let's see. So if we added another 1,000 on, we'd gain 41 days. Obviously that would be in total, not an additional 41 days. That should be enough. That should give us enough time. I think what we'll do then is we'll send out the Qatari just to basically go out there and just help support, really. So we'll send that. So we'll just have it sent as bombardment group, really. Now it's called. I will just send it out as escort for the time being, then. Qatari. Okay. Fellow task force. So follow that task force. Then obviously we can have that add its guns to the bombardment. So what do we actually have here in the task force? We have the Tenru, 14cm guns, 14s, okay. A decent amount of firepower. Right. So over here, we have this mission set up, that's good. Obviously you can see that we might be able to start reaching down to the Bismarck Archipelago. But I probably want to reduce that range a little bit, just so we're not actually doing that, because I don't want them to die. How does that reflect? Okay. Another 5. That'll do, that'll do. I just don't want them to be in range of Naval, mostly because those fighters would tear them up, or potentially have a good reason to tear them up. So we have the Kashima light cruiser over this way, we do have a number of sub-chasers, well, patrol boats basically. So what we'll do is we'll set up some patrol missions over this way then, so SW. Okay, so endurance. Okay. Send these guys out. Alright. So 14 knots. Which will do us quite well. Decent AA, I guess. So that's not too bad. So we have groups of 14. I think what we'll do then is we'll send them out as groups of 2. Naval is a good base, yes. Well, fairly big base. Okay. Yeah, here we go, rearm level. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so we'll send some more out. I wish you could exclude ones already in task forces. Oh yes, you can. Fair enough. So again. Okay, we'll just send this out as a trio. Now, do they have range to make it over there? 700 fuel. Yeah, we do have a shitload of fuel here. We should protect this more than anything. Okay, that should be enough for now. So let's take a look then. What else do we still have in port? Apologies, I do have a little bit of a cold. I just tend to get these bloody colds. This is the issue with bar work, is like you're around so many people, you just get shit. Okay, we have a mineline cruiser. An aircraft tender, that's pretty cool. Here we go, repair dock. That's awesome. So this helps along with the actual repairs, which is pretty awesome. Could try to move that elsewhere, that would be quite nice, but it's too valuable, really. Okay. What do we have set up over here then? So obviously we have the invasions, the Shortlands Island. Okay. She's not underway actually, so you're docked at the moment. That's cool. So we have Naval Guard there. That's interesting. What happened to Heart of Iron 3 Black Eyes? Just kept crashing. Just kept constantly crashing. Just irritating. It's like such a good mod, it's just a shame that it's just so unstable. Okay, so we don't have any invasions underway as of yet. So what I need to do is put together like a force to protect them. Which would be a good idea for having these battleships actually sent over there. That's a very nice idea. I think we'll put together a escort force for the battleships in the future then. Sorry for waffling for about 4 minutes. I really have waffled this season. Sorry, this stream. Okay, so all this is done. These are now done. Let's see what else do we have. Right, our invasion forces over here. Jesus, these are risky. Right. So you're following this task force, I take it? Yeah. Okay. Now these are quite nice. Okay. So that is for the invasion over here. Okay. We do have this task force over here, actually. So we have the Ryujo, the heavy cruisers over here. Basically, they're going to be on point. So let's take a look at their loadout. We'll take a look out in the Philippines, see if we can find anything worth attacking. I mean, we could obviously go for the airfield, really. Okay. What do we actually have in terms of aircraft? Not huge amounts. Yeah, not huge amounts. I could launch an attack on the port over there, but is there much reason to? Not particularly. Okay. I mean, we could use this to attack ships that are trying to escape the Philippines, though. Or do we send it home to Japan to pick up more planes and make it more useful? I think we'll do that, actually. Let's see, are they actually giving any missions at the moment? So they're just on airfield attack at this moment in time. I suppose we'll launch an attack over this airfield here, basically suppress that airfield. Well, that's actually a port. We could suppress that airfield over there. I'm just worried about what they potentially have. Do they have the range to hit that? I wouldn't say so. I mean, these obviously aren't as good as zeros either. So we're looking at about 9 hexes. Okay, so that's that mission range in green, I think. Or is that the black? Yeah, I'd say the black line is their mission range extent. Okay, so it would make sense that they're going to be hitting over here then. So we'll have them hit that. Okay, so we'll go with escort. Altitude is so low. It looks like they're set to strafe, actually. We're going to have their altitude increase, basically, just to make them more useful. Yeah, port attack makes sense. Yep, you're set to target Davao. Davao, where's Davao? Where the heck is that? Oh, it's over here, okay. One, two, three, well, 1, 2. Does that count? No, I'm not going to count that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so the yellow seems to be a mission range. Right, that makes sense then. Yeah, obviously those fighters aren't going to be escorting them. There's a tanker over there, so that does make sense. So yeah, we'll leave them to attack there, that's fine. And then we'll move the task force out. Okay, so we just had the victory over here at Bataan Island. So we have some engineers over here then. What can we make use of here? There's the airfield, of course. We do need to get some supplies over here. It's not particularly much else. It would be nice, though. It would be nice to sort of build this up as an airfield. It's just extra security, I guess. I mean, we do have Formosa, which is obviously quite formidable. Okay. So we have the 2 destroyers over here. Right. We'll have them escort. Yeah, this one is indeed more sport. There we go. So this was the Bataan Island invasion force. Right, we'll have them sent back. Actually, are we actually unloading? We are unloading, okay, so we'll leave them for the time being then. What else do we have here? We have a bunch of torpedo boats. They do have some anti-submarine value, so what we'll do then is we'll set up some actual escorts, then I suppose. There we go. Provide no more fuel for them. That's fine, that's fine. Okay. Make this their home. There we go. Patrol zone. So we'll have them patrol around Bataan Island. Yeah, here we go. Right, that should be enough. These are basically to give cover. To look out for enemy submarines, basically. That would be nice. So their home is Bataan Island as well. At least this would be nice. It's like they're going to be able to intercept between Formosa and the Philippines, so that's decent. Okay, there we go. Right. Yep, so that invasion force is heading down to here. A few more invasion forces over here. There's a lot of planes. There's a lot of planes. Okay. Oh my. Okay, we'll stop by numbers. Well, let's see. So we have IJ and IGN. We'll remove the IGN and we'll have it. So these are Imperial Japanese Army. Let's see. How's the airfield doing over here? Yeah, okay. These are on training right now. What are their pilots like? Not bad, you know. Actually, not bad. That's pretty cool. We'll keep them there for training because that's pretty awesome. Okay. These are fighters, I do believe. Yep, fighters. Now these are pretty damn good. What can you carry? So you can carry some decent bombs, okay. So we'll transfer you to this airfield over here. So that's going to give you a bit more range. They do have some good range, actually. So yeah, they can hit all the way over here. So what we'll do then is we'll have them used to support the attacks in the Philippines. Free up some of the stacking over here too. And then when we're done with them, we can have them sent over to China. Right. So have some medium bombers. Obviously we don't have heavy bombers. And now these are pretty good. Good range. Okay. So you're targeting this airfield over here. I don't exactly want to do that. Now you're naval attack though. Okay. Instead, what I'm going to have them do is I'm going to have them transfer to China, basically. Can I make it over there? Yep, there we go. Gonna transfer it over that way. We'll go with ground attack. We'll have some of them resting. Okay. We do need to alter their altitude, actually. Go to 2,000 feet. Right. So currently set to commander's discretion at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for Chinese units out in the open, basically. And destroy them. Now this is getting more into the war in China as well, but there's a lot of forces out here that we do have to destroy. Okay. Now these are in the clear, actually. Could hit them. Could hit these guys too. If we destroy these 4 Chinese cores in the center here, then that would be really quite nice. That would make this far more secure, really. Really make this road more secure too. So what we're going to do is we're going to start hitting... let's see, we could start hitting this unit over here, which would be a good way. I mean, we could start having this force then destroy that, move up north and deal with them. So we'll have them hit that Chinese force out that way then. So we have more level bombers. (2,000 feet). We'll see what the resistance is like as well. See how it does impact on us. There's quite a few I've sent to rest, isn't it? Okay, we'll drop that down. Actually, we'll put 10% of them on rest. Yeah, that'll do. Hit these guys out here too. Right, we have fighters. We'll have them just on escort. So we do have a lot of supply here. That is going to quickly disappear, however. Alright, more reconnaissance. Okay, yeah, so you can see that we should get more bombers into the central area here. Use them to basically destroy the Chinese forces in the field. That'd be quite nice. So let's take a look over here. What do we actually have? So we just have the 13th Indonesian? I'm not entirely sure. Mixed Brigade anyway, so it's an infantry unit. Okay. So we have some howitzers, about 20 howitzers. Pretty decent actually. Heavy machine guns, that sort of thing. That's quite nice. Assault value is... Ba-ba-bum. Not entirely certain. Right, there we go. Assault 182. Okay, that's fair enough. That's a decent idea of their strength. You can see that they're garrisoning on that base. So let's see, we have that unit out there. Right. We'll have them set to bombardment then. Then we'll be able to see really what we're dealing with over that way. Okay, so we do have a few forces over here. Okay. Anyway, back to Formosa, we'll deal with this. Right, we'll have this sent to that base as well. The idea here is really just to help out with the war in China. Whoa, okay. Yeah. The Philippines, I'm not going to attack as much. I'm going to wait for my actual ground forces to land and then we'll go for them. Okay, hit them too. If we can inflict huge amounts of damage using these bombs, then that'd be fantastic. Ooh, we actually do have some armor now this way. These are superb units. Absolutely superb. Yeah, there's actually a hell of a lot of strength here. I mean, Changsha would be the best base to take from the Chinese, really. Excuse me. Bloody cold is really getting me at the moment. Right, so... we'll deal with that in the future, though. We're just going to continue to deal with Formosa and then the other islands and that sort of thing. Really getting off task today. Okay. These are on escort duties, so we'll have them transferred. Transfer them to the airbase here. I mean, we could have them transferred to Bataan Island, which would be pretty damn decent. The idea behind Bataan Island, I guess, is extend our reach with the actual airplanes, which would be a fantastic idea. We do have air capacity there too. Supplies are being stockpiled, so that's fantastic. Okay, so it's pretty happy now. That's fine by me. We'll leave it as it is for the time being. Unless they have any missions. So escort training. These are on airfield attack missions. Right, Clark's airfield. We're going to have them on the... we could have them on... let's see, what are the pilots' training like? I'm going to assume this is... so that's reconnaissance. Oh, right, SW, this is what I'm looking for. It's not exactly great. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually start using them. So, ASW patrol. Could have them on training. Training mission with the ASW patrol. That's what we're going to do. Train level, yeah, have that up pretty high. Set that range really down low. How do we do that now? Probably not the best, actually. We'll go for something else to begin with. We'll go with a ground attack then. Where are we going to hit then? Should hit these forces threatening our own bases, really. This one is a few clicks out, it's not going to be too much issues. And the forces at Canton are somewhat isolated, but he's, yeah, very well protected. So I think what we'll start doing then is we'll hit this force out this way, see what damage we can do there. I'm just not going to hit Clark's airfield as of yet. I just want to get actual ground forces there first. Right, so those guys are on escort. Right, they are using torpedoes. I'm going to have to go back and change it to bombs. So bombs. Bombs. And bombs, that's... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, seems like we're all good, and that's great news. Let's check the aircraft of this way. Okay, no worries there, because they can't use torpedoes anyway. That's fine. I mean, it's going to gain us some experience, it's going to be decent. Sup there, Owen, how you doing, my dude? Okay. There's just so many orders to begin with. Okay. Are they still moving to Hong Kong? They need to move to Hong Kong. Right. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, we're going to move to Hong Kong. Set all to March. Yep, Hong Kong, okay. So they have to travel a few miles. It's going to take them a little bit of time to get there. That's fine. Okay. So that's sorted. We do have the airfield at Canton. So you're set to ground attack. I'm going to assume target discretion is at the commander's choice, okay. Right, this submarine is actually quite in a dangerous area. Another allied submarine there too. Okay. So we have our sub this way. Righto. Ooh, that is brave. What do we have in port here? Let's see. Change that max reaction. If we can actually hit something on the way back, that'd be great. We do have what is probably the Prince of Wales and the Repulse over this way. So we'll try and hunt them down. Set patrol zones. Patrol around this area. Basically what I want to do is shut this area down. I think that'd work out quite well for us. I mean, we might lose a submarine or two, but I think it will well worth the effort. Field Marshal. Okay. I think that actually, well, they were sent out historically to disrupt the invasions over here. So I think what we're going to do is just set up something of an arc over here. And there's allied submarines in the area as well, so we do need to bear that in mind. But I'll keep these other submarines in this area to patrol this short area here too. Might get lucky and sink some of the allied submarines too. There's a lot of activity in this area. So we'll set up some anti-submarine missions too. Especially from our air assets. There we go. At least our submarines are going to be hunting actively. Yeah, a lot of them in this area. Now, obviously, we do have more submarines in this area, at least as we know. So we might be able to take care of these. Okay, then, let's see what we have available. So we have some zeros over this way. I could send them out. I mean, a good amount of them are on carrier air patrol at this moment. Well, combat air patrol at this moment. So that's fine, I'll keep them on that mission. I'll increase their altitude, though. Okay, Claude. So we have reconnaissance planes here. Reconnaissance planes, are they actually armed? No. Only with machine gun, but that's really pointless. Okay, now we have army aircraft. So these are decent fighters, actually. So they're using drop tanks and their range is pretty... It's not bad, you know. It's not bad. What do we have in terms of supply here? An alright amount of supply there. We could actually have them based that way. Potentially. Yeah, a lot more over that way. Okay, stop using drop tanks. We're going to have you based over at Segura. We're going to change your range down quite a bit too. Alright, you have a stack now. God damn it. There we go, move you that way. Better an escort. Okay, yep, you're all good. So escort. There's a lot of them. What's the range of the other planes? 4. These are at 6 as well. Looks like these are set to strafe attack. Gonna have them on escort. Okay. Just need to get some level bombers, really. And they have some decent planes. Some of them are pretty decent. Okay. Naval search. Right, that airfield has been damaged. That one's been slightly damaged, but there's a lot of fighters over that way. What do we have here? We have 30 aircraft. So what we're going to do then is take a look at the pilots. Right. That's not too bad. Let's go airfield attack. We'll hit this airfield over this way. Georgetown. Ideally, these planes from these airfields will escort us in. They should do anyway. Reconnaissance, reconnaissance. Okay, airfield attack. Yeah, we should all have a decent attack over here. Okay. So they're set to an airfield attack. Hello, star. Pilots. They could do some training. Okay. So do you have 21 of these babies? We'll have them basically patrolling this area then. Reduce that range. What's that look like? Okay, we'll up that a little bit more. Reduce it by 2. There we go, that's pretty decent. That's going to hit most things in this area. We'll do the same over here. Alright, have a few of them on training as well. There we go. Reconnaissance, transport. So these guys are on training at the moment. Make sure you have enough aviation spawn on your bases. You place many planes, so you get maintenance problems. So that's very, very true. See, we should be able to get engineers. We should potentially have some engineers in here. Armor's really nice, actually. Well, what we'll do then is we'll make a priority to get some aviation support out to Malaya as soon as possible. Okay, loading. So it's going to take I don't know, maybe a day or two before these are all ready. Okay. These are on training for airfield attacks. These are really good, actually. So we could use these pilots and have them assigned to squadrons with better planes for direct action. Okay. Right, they'll be ready soon enough. Obviously, once we have the invasions, we can start launching these further invasions. Okay. Just the fighters. Right, we do have a heavy cruiser here and a destroyer. Patrol boats. A few tankers, actually. Nothing else particularly offensive. So we'll keep them in port for the time being. Right, this is overstacked a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. So we'll transfer you out. Righto. What's AD? Auxiliary tender or something like that. There's a lot of designations. We'll get used to them. Okay, airfield attack. I could set it to a low star or Georgetown, but we're gonna have these go for the ASW, I think, potentially to begin with. Mostly, I want to get them up in terms of experience. I think that's going to be really handy for us. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to aim for, is more experience. Okay, we are a little bit overburdened here as well. We'll be able to sort this out soon enough. All will come in time. All indeed will come in time. Right, so we have a few light cruisers over here, some escorts, torpedo boats, motor torpedo boats. A good amount of actual useful anti-surface, well, anti-submarine warfare. Yeah, these do very, very nicely. So we want them to patrol around here. It's quite a way out for a patrol, but I want to see how effective that actually turns out to be. And we'll have the short endurance ones nearby. Any mods offered to separate them? Separate. Oh right, never played one of the Pacific and was wondering if you can play as Britain, East Indies, Australia, or if it's one of the US. It's basically the Allies in general, so you have control over any Allied forces, so the Dutch, British, American, etc, etc. There's a few different mods out there which are really interesting. Okay. Beautiful. A few of these other craft can patrol along the coast then. Have this in a group of... Well, no, we'll have that in a group of 2. I think just 2 works out so well. Not a massive range here. There we go. That'll do nicely. So we've got anti-surface, anti-submarine warfare set up in this area here. What do we have in terms of ships over this way? Tanker and a few cargo ships. Nothing else really. These guys will continue to unload, so that's pretty much that done. Okay, so let's say that all of this is pretty much done. It's now just the war in China, predominantly to deal with. So, we're not actually far away from the turn, yeah. Well, end of the turn yet. Okay, which is going to be really nice. So we've got set up a few air missions over here, that's good. Set up a few more anti-submarine missions over here will be good. That's going to be used elsewhere. Decent endurance. Okay. Have them patrol out this way. We need to really cover these shipping lanes. It's going to take us a considerable time when we get to Japan itself and we set up the anti-submarine warfare, but it's going to be more than worthwhile. Okay. So these are close range. There we go. First turn is the longest by far. Yep, the first turn is the longest by far. It will be the longest turn that you ever make, basically. I'm estimating this is going to take me about... Well, we're at about the 5-hour-ish mark now. Probably in total 6 hours. That's obviously because I'm talking about a lot of the things I'm doing, really. Okay. So, let's see what forces that we have freed up. But first we'll sort out the ASW missions. Let's have this small destroyer patrol around the local area. Okay. So we have 2 destroyers over this way. To work out fairly nicely. Okay. Yeah, this is the area that we want to patrol. So to be fair, if I patrol around Port Arthur, so I'll have them sent to Port Arthur instead. This is very narrow. If we basically make the Yellow Sea completely ours, I think we'll be in a good position. Okay, port capacity users over there too. Actually, we'll have them sent to that port. What do we have here? Right, we do have a base force, so that's good. Some supply too, that's alright. Right, this is much better. mine layers too. Okay. I always forget something, miss a bunch of planes about. Yeah, that's always true. There's a point when the USSR joins. They will join eventually, I do believe. But you can make them join by basically taking a lot of troops out from Manchuria. That will make them join. If we go over to the intelligence report, so yeah, this Manchukuo garrison, basically, if it goes below 8,000, I think they will become active, or potentially become active. So yeah, we can take some forces out of Manchuria, but we need to be very careful. Alrighty. I think I might just go on automatic now, just to make this quicker. Speed. There we go. Yeah, we just need to get this set up. Oops. Click back on the base. Somewhat confused. What the heck did I get? Oh, have I just put them all into one task force? Right. Okay, that'll do. Whatever. Just a little bit confused what actually happened there. Tsushima? Okay. I mean, this is really great. Right, here we go. Okay. Okay, apologies about that. May have to cut this stream shorter than I would have liked. But that's fine. So, yeah, we should be able to finish the second turn by the next stream then, which would be great news. So, let's take a look at what we've done so far. So we've issued orders to all of these guys, all of these guys, all of these guys, all of these guys. Now we just need to take a look at the next stream at the war in China, and then just setting up the anti-submarine warfare missions across China. But basically, the cargo ships are done, industry is done, most aircraft missions are done, most actual task force missions are done. We just need to set up some further task forces in the future, but the vast majority of things are already done now, so there's not much left. Thankfully, we are getting close to the end. So apologies for having to cut this a little bit shorter, but until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye, my friends.